What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. So today we have got the Bologna preview with me, James Clifton. I'm your host with my good friend here, Gary Bennett.
Gary the Bull Bennett.
Yeah, Gary the Bulls Bennett.
That's what they call me, baby.
Yeah.
They don't. No one calls me that, mate. It's fucking nice.
Anyway, bloody hell. So, quick plug of our competition, as we always do at the start of these episodes. So, if you're watching this on your TV, scan the QR down here. If not, there's a link in the description. I will pop a little card up in that corner. Gary is holding the signed Aston Villa football from last season's squad, including Jacob Ramsey, and also some signed memorabilia from Brian Little and Peter With. There's a competition running, £5 donation to a wonderful cause to Acorns, £5 per entry. We will do a live draw of the entries at the end of around winter, so towards Christmas. You will get these prizes before the Christmas period, so you can give them to a loved one or just keep them yourself. We will hopefully get them framed as well.
Mate, can I just say as well, a big shout out to a guy called Nick Winwood who follows us on TikTok, who basically donated 50 quid yesterday after we were talking about the club statement. And so I'm just giving him a big shout out. I've given him a shout out on TikTok. So it's a shout out on YouTube as well, mate. If you're watching the podcast, thank you so much for your donation. I promise you, it hits me in the feels, man. I get emotional because this is a cause that is definitely close to my heart. As you all know, we're doing this for my daughter Abby and for Acorns, and it's just to give something back. So the fact that strangers are donating money for this cause is emotional. So thanks very much.
Yeah, £50 donated. So we're at 350 quid now. We're £650 off that total. Come on, people! Let's get donating. Right, let's get to it. Bologna, bit of deja vu here, mate. I didn't actually make the Bologna game last season. I think I was. Was that when I was in Portugal, maybe?
Oh, you call yourself a fan? This is a fan. I didn't go to that.
Look, it's the only one that I missed. It's like this season I'm going to miss Tel Aviv, which, by the way, might not happen. Have you seen that?
Yes. Apparently, there was a meeting yesterday. I don't know if nothing's been announced concrete, right? We'll see what happens today. But yeah, it looks like
I think there's some kind of vote going on or something. I don't know what the deal will be with that. I don't know whether we'll just get something for it or whether they'll replace them.
So again, on the rumour mill of the wonderful internet, mate, that I've seen go by the last couple of days, it's based on how the results go in other games or something that they've played in, and they'd average it out of whether you get a point or three. Mate, I don't know if that's bullshit or not. Yeah, I know. Yeah, again, this was on
because that's like not guaranteed, but that is a 3-pointer. Like that, if we get anything less than 3 points for that game, that's horrendous.
And I think it would be the right thing to do in the current political circumstances. And I don't want to go down that route, mate, because I just think it should be separate from football. But I think for everyone's safety, all involved, it sounds like it could. If it goes ahead, it could be more trouble than it's worth. They went away in Holland last year and absolutely destroyed Amsterdam. Like it was kind of it was not good. So I don't, you don't want to incite violence, do you? And I don't want to. I know what everything that's going on in that part of the world is horrible, and let's just focus on the football. Do you know what I mean? Rather than kind of getting involved in that. So hopefully,
because last season was it was it Spartak Moscow? Sorry, there's an old bloke like getting on the neighbour's roof, and it's actually quite scary.
Mate, I've got a funny story that's separate from that as well to tell you about an old person. Right?
Hang on, fucking hell! Look, Jesus Christ, he's going. What's he doing? He's going up. He's got like a piece of rope or something that he's obviously attached to the top, and he's like using that, like as if he's like abseiling up the roof. And he's
is he breaking into next door?
Are you just giving
a burglary right now?
He's got a bucket in the other hand. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, let's not get onto that. But if he falls off the roof, I will give you live coverage, a live update on what happens with this guy on next door's roof. What the fuck? Gee, okay, right. Anyway, yes.
Oh, mate, just while we've gone off that separate issue very quickly, right, on a funny story about old people, right? I went to get my daughter from school the other day, right? It's 3:30 in the afternoon. I walk out my front door, right? And we've got our pathway that goes to the main road, right? In between my wheelie bin and the tree at the bottom of the thing is an old lady just sat on the floor, and it looks like she's squatting, taking a piss, right? And I'm like, hello, can I help you? Right. And she was, mate, she stunk of alcohol, right? She had
Oh, no.
cigarette stained fingers. She was about 75 years old. She had no teeth, right? And she stood up and walked towards me, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Like, she had a graze on her knee where she'd obviously sat down and hit the wall.
Oh, no.
And then she went, I said, "Oh, should we go and sit at there's a bus stop outside my house." I was like, "Should we go and sit at the bus stop and get you a bit more comfortable?" She went, "Don't fucking tell me to go to the bus stop. I don't want to be around fucking people. I hate people." And I was like, "Uh-oh, please don't kill me."
I'm sure they fucking love you, love.
I'm stood there, like Amber and Abby are in the house, looking out at the bay window, going, "What the
Why is Daddy having an argument with an old woman?
right?" And then she says to me, she went, "Oh, have you got YouTube?" And I was like, We've all got YouTube." She went, "I'm on YouTube. I'm called what was it? Duck Bam." Right. So she made me get this YouTube channel up. Mate, get this. She's got more subscribers than we have. She's got 1,800, right? And I'm just like, what the fuck
What
is
is she
going
doing?
on?
What is she
And
doing?
all she does, right, is freak me out. She's got a hand puppet of a duck, right? That she's and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then she says to me, "Do you know where Cadbury World is?" I was like, "Yeah, it's just down the road." She went, "Oh, I'm looking to buy a big chocolate bar. I've got £40 to spend." I was like, "You get so much chocolate for 40 quid. Go and help yourself," sort of thing. And then she started talking to me about the red arrows. She was like, "Have you seen the red arrows? Would you go up in a cockpit of a red arrow?" I was like, "Yeah, I suppose so." She went, "I'll pay for you to do that." I was like, brilliant. Like, I've got to go get my daughter from school. I'm really sorry, mate. It was the most bizarre thing. Anyway, I go and get Ava from school. I come back and she's by the bus stop, and there's 2 police officers with her. Mate, she was batshit crazy, and I was like, I just could, like, mind
She
blown.
does actually have a YouTube channel called Duck Duck Bam.
Yeah, Elsie Smith or something now, or Emily Smith. I don't know whatever her name was.
Oh my
Don't go and
God.
check her out. Don't subscribe. Subscribe to us instead. So that's
Yeah. If you want more of this top-notch quality content, put it down in the comments. Oh my God. Right.
Anyway, back to the football.
What are we
Sorry,
doing?
people.
Okay. No, so quickly, there was precedent, I think, last year. I think it was Spartak Moscow. One of their games got cancelled because of the Russia stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was Leverkusen or Munich or someone that they were against. And
Well,
they
mate,
essentially got like a bot. I think it was in the knockout stages. They got just a run.
Yeah, look, it's the same. I think the best one is the Russian one. Even the national team, they were withdrawn from football competition for a while, and I think that's probably what should happen for everyone's safety as it's what's going on. So hopefully that'll be a 3 points. But I better be refunded my money because I paid for my ticket already. You know
Well, maybe that was the 20% off that they were giving for the bundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, well, you've already got your discount."
Yeah.
Oh, here's a £10 gift card for the club shop.
You can buy it. You can't even buy a keyring.
No, you can't buy anything, mate. Anyway, so Bologna. So I actually have got some gifts. We love a gift. So once again, small caveat: this might get cut.
Yeah.
Last time it didn't. It seems to be a lottery. I don't know if it does or not. So who knows?
We're complaining if we did.
So this was actually about 5-6 minutes in.
Yeah, great. I remember this, mate. It's brilliant save from it. This is when Emi Martinez wanted to play for the club.
Yeah, but it's also a stark warning to their midfield runners. I don't know whether they're still playing the exact same way again, but that's a run from central midfield. Tielemans has just let his man go there.
Yeah.
We do play Torres. I mean, he's been completely done there, right?
I mean, so look, a surprise, Torres has got no pace. Look at that. Yeah.
It's actually quite scary, isn't it? How
yeah, like, mate, I personally, I think his fall from grace is alarming. I just don't think he's good enough to play in the Premier League. Maybe in the European games like this he'll play, but I wouldn't want him there because of that what you've just shown there. Even I know it's Tielemans' fault there. He lets the player go, but how's he not read that danger? Look how slow he is to react. Do you know what I mean? To get across, and he still gets his shot away. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what my biggest problem with the start of the season we've had is that there's no togetherness in that squad. We're not working for each other. Like, he should be seeing that all day long. Good defenders do. Like because their positional sense is what it is. They don't necessarily need pace. If Torres was good positionally, he wouldn't need pace. Paul McGrath didn't have lightning pace, but fuck me, like you weren't getting past him because he knew how to read the game. Thiago Silva, Paolo Maldini, all these fucking world-class centre backs back in the day knew how to be. John Terry to a certain degree, he wasn't pacey, but you weren't getting past him. Like it was all about knowing where you're supposed to be, reading the danger. And that worries me for us because at the moment, not saying we haven't got it, because if you go back 2 seasons, we fucking had it. And he was part of that defence in 23-24 that was solid. The lines were good. We're playing that high line. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we can do it again. But at the moment, with the current situation we're in, with the performances that we've put in, that incident, that clip you've just shown really worries me.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we do need to watch out for it. And again, I think this game, like I've said about every game, it's all about that first goal or that early goal. Yeah. I think if we don't get it, and if they get
talking about this point, don't you? That early goal,
mate. Well, it's the early goal because that early goal opens up the space, right? Whereas teams sit on us.
I'm going to spend some serious time going through all our footage and seeing how many times you've sent that, and there's going to be a TikTok on it. I promise you. I'm going through every show. I'm going to see how many times you've said about that early goal because it's a reoccurring theme. Early goal. It's all about the early goal. It's all about the early goal. It's all about the early goal. What's James? What's your opinion, James? It's all about the early goal.
With Gary, it's all about the basics. Yeah. It's the basics. It's all about the basics. Just Mate, the basics.
We've got to make a song of it. We could go through. If anyone's out there that's good at basics. It's all about the early goal. It's all about the early goal. Basics.
You gotta get True Adventure. You gotta get Sam from True Adventures on it.
Mate, let's contact him. Say we've got an idea. Come on, Sam. Let's do this. Sam, if you're watching, you're probably not quite like.
Quick random one. Why the hell are you wearing a fucking Christmas hat?
How long does it take you to notice that?
Just got that on.
So, mate, if any of the viewers are watching from TikTok, basically, obviously, I was trying to grow my hair, which was a joke. I'm bald as a knob, but I shaved my head on TikTok the other day because Matty Cash scored. And now my thing is, we had a Christmas decoration every day, right, until we win a Premier League game.
Oh, I saw the Lego Christmas tree, and I was wondering why that was there. And then obviously you got the Halloween thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what is the Karcher there?
Oh, that's not supposed to be there. This is we get condensation in the bedroom. Right.
It's steaming up. It's getting hot in here. Right. Anyway. Okay. So
meant to move that. Mate, 1 second. Keep talking. My old man's ringing me.
Oh God.
Hello.
Just so everyone's aware, Gary's.
Hello.
Oh, Gary, you need to mute, mate. Gary, you need to mute. Gary, mute. Mute, Gary. Mute.
Hello. How you doing? You met me before when? Sorry.
He's muted the speakers.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hello. How you doing? I hope you're well. You're all right.
I'm okay, love you. How are you?
Yeah. I'm good.
Good. Gary's good. Brilliant. Can I mute him? Can I mute him?
Yes.
Yeah, I've muted him. Right. God. Anyway. Oh, jeez. What is this podcast? So Gary's got a mold man coming around. He's got some mold in his house and he needs that to be sorted. So, but just on this. So this was obviously the first goal against Bologna. It was that John McGinn free kick. A brilliant free kick, by the way. If I remember rightly, I don't think anyone touched it. I think it went all the way through. But great free kick. Where are these? Where are these set pieces gone? Where's this? Where are these going to come back? Excuse me. God, sorry. Yeah. So we'll have to just see whether Austin McPhee can wave his magic wand at some point and see if we can get another free kick like that. I can't remember last time actually that we managed to. Last time we scored from a free kick. I mean, I know we sometimes score from a set piece. I know sometimes we score from like what happens just shortly after the set piece, but actually directly from a set piece. It's not often, is it? Not often, to be fair. This is quite hard to do, to fill the time when I don't have any comments, don't have any kind of conversation going on. it's interesting. Bologna, I haven't actually been following them in the Italian leagues. Interesting that we both have had a kind of a fall from that Champions League last season. We're both now playing each other in the Europa League. You'd like to think that this fixture would give the players a little bit of confidence in that, we've beaten them before. We can beat them again. I don't believe it was I might be wrong, but I don't remember it being a particularly difficult game. I think it was like okay. But let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. I'm sure Gary will know. Because like I said, I wasn't actually at the game. I was in Portugal at the time. It's the one game that I missed. And like I said, I'm due to miss the Tel Aviv game, but that might be called off, obviously, from what we can tell. Gary's having a very long conversation with his mould man. Shall we have a listen? So we see what's going on?
Insurance details of the person who crashed into the wall.
Yeah.
That's your daughter.
Insurance.
Your daughter's car, I assume.
Yeah, that's the one that was put in. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the person who hit her, if you have their details as well.
Yeah,
she
does.
And
then
a crime reference number.
We didn't. I think we got one. The police were useless, if I'm honest. I rang them and they.
Don't know what's going on with the police there. Interesting. Anyway, listened in on something I probably should have listened in on. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough game, big game. We need that confidence. We need to bring that confidence back to the team. We need them to be trying to get a goal first of all. A goal that isn't a gift from the goalkeeper either. That would be nice, wouldn't it? An actual goal, a goal that we actually tried to score and actually scored ourselves rather than gifted to us from some kind of goalkeeping error. The starting lineup, we'll go over that in a sec with Gary. I think Gary's kind of, a lot of us are fed up of Rogers and Watkins. We'd like to see change there. I don't know if there will be. I think Watkins will spearhead the attack, and I do think Rogers will probably play as well. Questions usually, obviously, at left back and that kind of those winger roles. Will Matson or Digne play? I'd probably say Matson. Personally, I think he played the Bologna game as well last season. And then will he bring back in Torres or will it be Mings? And then on those wide roles, will it be Sancho and Elliott, or will he rely on Gesson or put McGinn out on the right, which just doesn't work? We'll have to see, obviously, how that goes. But we'll go into Gary's predicted, not predicted lineup. It's never a predicted lineup. It's a lineup that he hopes Emery goes with. But then we are realistic and expect that he probably won't. God, this is a long conversation, isn't it? That I've got to try and fill here. Well, let's go back into the gifts. So this was obviously our second goal. So Morgan Rogers picks up the ball, left-hand side, whips it in. Not going to see Ollie Watkins do that, are you? This is the thing. This was the thing about Duran, right? Especially the Champions League. These goals he picked up, they were just unexpected, great finishes, like something magic, something a little bit different that we just don't get. Look in any way ready for the season. They don't look any way geared up or hungry to perform. They just don't look good at all, do they? Obviously, there was the Monchi news. We haven't spoke about that, I don't think. We may have spoke about it briefly yesterday, I'm not sure. Obviously, Monchi going and Olobe, I think, has come in as football director. Obviously knows Emery from his younger days as well. I think Gary's coming back from what I can tell here, maybe. No, still chatting. You know what Gary's like, right? Like, once he gets going, that's it. Hopefully you're still here with me. If not, just skip to when Gary comes back, because this is a bit long. What's going on now, isn't it? It's kind of killed the rhythm of the podcast, and no one wants to just hear me talking. If I'm honest, it can get a little bit boring. I saw no problem. Yeah, you too. Yeah, there's a bit of laughter going on. Oh, here we go. No, still going. Okay, because Gary's still talking. Yeah. So hopefully we can get Watkins and Rogers up to speed a little bit more. Oh,
I'm back.
And he's back. So actually, what's funny was you'll see it on the recording, the very start of that. So you didn't press mute.
No.
You pressed mute on your speakers. So the very start, I could just hear it. I was like, okay, I'll mute your mic. So I muted your mic, and then was like, oh, let's chime in. Let's see what's going on in Gary's chat with the mold man. Went back on. And I was like, that's not a chat with the mold man.
No,
anyway, mate. Anyway,
mate,
don't
you know there's no drama. Do you remember Ash's car got smashed outside our house?
Oh, yeah.
So that's Bourneville Village Trust trying to get insurance details because obviously the gate by the side of our house was completely totaled. When this woman was going, you didn't report it to BVT. I said, I fucking did. I reported it to the gardener who has access to it, and I said to him, "Are you okay to report this?" And he said yes. So now you need, and then basically they want to obviously claim from the guy who hit it, but they want all his insurance details, which I haven't got. Ashley's got them, and I'm just like, I need to contact my daughter, but she's at work. I won't have that until later, so you're going to have to wait. And she's like, well, I'm not working till Friday. I said, well, that's not my problem. I'll fucking send me a number and I'll send it to you.
What's wrong with these people? Anyway, mate. I've been filling for the last.
Well done, mate. What have you been talking about? Like, just
not a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that anyone that's watching this has probably dropped off over the last 5 to 6 minutes.
What a show!
I've done my best. I've done my best with it. So no, I was just talking. So I was looking. So actually, first I was looking at our first goal against Bologna. So this was obviously the John McGinn free kick, which actually managed to miss everyone and go in. It's what a wonderful free kick, mate. Looking at
it, and he bounces right in front of the keeper. Brilliant.
Yeah, I can't. Where's that?
I don't know, mate. Like, this is like watching a completely different team. Like,
it is. Look at the amount of players in the box.
Yeah.
As well, and then no. Yeah,
John Durant.
The player Ashford weren't here.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Imagine, like someone said to me on TikTok yesterday, mate, that imagine if we'd have kept those players, Duran, Rashford, Asensio.
Name again, by the way, Aloba. The guy who replaced Monchi.
So now everyone's coming out and saying, "Oh, this is who Emery wanted in the first place, and it wasn't Monchi." And and you go,
"What is wrong with people,
mate? It's all for clickbait, right? I get it, right? It's annoying because we as humans fall into that. Click, right? We need to be better, and there's just if the Monchi situation, let's say there's an element of truth in that statement, right? That Emery wanted this guy and not Monchi, but we've settled for Monchi, right? And there is a distinct thing that this guy was also at Roma when Monchi was there afterwards, and then I think it was 5 months later Monchi left. So there seems to be, I don't know, maybe that's just a coincidence. Who knows? Yeah. But
apparently, from what I read, Monchi left Roma in not a great situation.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, I looked at it yesterday. If you look at the players that have come in and the players that have left under Monchi's tenure as, director of operations, whatever, it's not great. We've definitely weakened the squad, right? But what my question is then, why has that been allowed to happen over the summer and then get rid of him now? For a week game 5, like it makes no sense to me, because even if this guy comes in, what's he going to do? He can't do anything until January, so not really. He can go and scout players and get people interested, but we know we're still restricted. So
I don't think, because I don't think this was on the cards before the summer. I think this has been on the cards for the past few weeks since the transfer window ended. And
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there must have been issues before the summer, right? Because the Martinez thing, the Watkins thing in January, like there's been so much speculation of players leaving. The Duran leaving, is he going to come and go? Because it could have gone either way there. Watkins could have gone to Arsenal if we believe the rumours that, that came out, the day before, I think it was one of the game at Villa Park. I can't remember who we played, but we were all, I think it might have been Crystal Palace again. And we were all like, fucking, what the fuck's going on? And, that's come out of left field nowhere, that we've offered Watkins to Arsenal. And then 2 weeks later, Duran's going to Saudi. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe the offer came in. I just think it's a bit of a shit show, and it's whatever's happened in that back room has caused a rift between the players, which has affected us on the pitch, right? And that's
I don't know
clear
if
for
you
everyone.
read, I don't know if you read Jacob Tanswell's article on The Athletic about Monchi like leaving and all the kind of stuff around it. So obviously the triad of power, Emery, Vidagani, and Monchi were kind of the thing. Apparently, when they worked at, was it Sevilla or Villarreal? No, Sevilla, wasn't it, that they were at together? It was actually more of an even power split between Monchi and Emery. Monchi had a little bit more say in things. I think Monchi, I don't know if Monchi was above him. I can't remember exactly what Jacob said, but basically, Monchi had more of a say in the players that came in. And Monchi wants to grow things for the longer term. He wants to bring in a slightly younger type of player to try and grow the team over time. Emery is very much the case. Emery is very much
been PSR sales, mate, because that's what's happened. We've bought lots of players in, and we sold them purely for PSR.
Emery is very much a case of, I want players for the now. I want success now. I need players. And generally, if you do actually look at his previous squads at like Villarreal, Sevilla, and that, they were relatively older, experienced squads. They weren't young, up and coming teams, and so there's a bit of a power struggle there. But at Villa, Monchi was under Emery, so Emery was very much the man who would he called the shots. Right, we know this. We know that basically the data guys, Monchi, Emery would have his list, and Emery ultimately would decide who comes and goes. I don't know about goings actually, by the way, but incomings at least. And then, so I think what was happening and what he seems to have said about this summer was that none of these players were anywhere near first choice, like for what we wanted. So Monchi wanted to bring in Harvey Elliott. Emery wanted to bring in Paquetá. Two very different levels of player, two very different types of player in terms of where they are in their career.
Fabrizio Romano to thank for that, haven't we?
Yeah, right. Oh God, what? That's ridiculous, isn't it? And then the same with, Sancho. Sancho was just there. He was shelved. He was available. We needed a player to play out on the left-hand side. It was just a no-brainer. Lindelof made commercial sense as well. We couldn't keep Rashford because we wouldn't have been able to afford it at that time. We didn't have the money. We hadn't brought players. We hadn't sold players, etc.
Yeah,
so it was very much a kind of a forced hand thing, and it kind of makes sense now, right? When you're hearing all this, it's like, well, this is why Emery isn't playing these players, because he didn't want them.
Yeah,
but he had to have them. He was kind of like, well, if I'd rather have a player than not have a player, so he was like, I'll bring him in. But then some of these players, he get them into training, and he'd be like, no, not good enough, get rid of them.
Yeah.
So then see Nedeljkovic, see Baranachea, see in Junior, see all these players that came in because young, and some of them were to do with PSR, right? We know some of them were like swap deals and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like probably they came in young as a building block to
Lewis
like go,
Dobbin,
right, okay, let's see how these guys can go. And then we just went, nah.
Well, I mean, what it does, mate, it speaks volumes as to where we are as a club, and it's frustrating because, you know, if you look at the deals that we've done now, and maybe this is why Monchi's left, is because you say that we couldn't afford Rashford, yet we're spending 80% of.
Yeah, it was the timing, though. I think part of it was also Rashford wanted to play in the Champions League as well, right?
Yeah, no, I get it, and we didn't fail to do that. But what I'm saying is that disruption's clearly been through it because we went, right, we had a poor game against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. That was shit, right? That could be a one-off. But then we went on an 8-game winning fucking run, and we got to Man United, a shit Man United team, and all we needed to do was draw. And that was the worst performance of the season by a country mile. And something must have been going on then about what was going on with Rashford, players that were going to be leaving, the Martinez saga, Ollie Watkins, all these things, right? So now I feel, hopefully, with this new guy coming in, we draw a line in the sand. We've got to work with what we've got till January, right?
I don't think it changes anything.
Anybody that doesn't want to be here. If Martinez, Watkins, Rogers, Mings, right? If they're all fucking pissed off, which is what I've heard on the rumour mill, that these are the 4 players that are causing all the grief. Fuck them off, right? Get rid of them because
I think with this, with Aloba coming in, I don't think I think it changes anything on the pitch, at least
Well,
for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Like I think and Emery's got what he's got to deal with, and he's got the players that he's got, and he prefers to go with experience, so he will go with the more experienced players who've been playing.
Not at the detriment if they're not playing, mate. I cannot spend another fucking game watching Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers walk around the football field like two.
Well, let's just get onto your lineup.
Here we go. I was building it up, mate. Do you like that? I was building it up.
Much of the same, innit? Much of the same, other than up top.
Mate, I'm sticking to this, right? And I know that Emery will never pick this team, all right? But this is, for me, right, the back four is the same as I went with last time, right? It changes up top. And the top two, I don't think Tielemans is going to be fit for this game. And even if he was, he'd be coming back. So maybe if he's on the bench, brilliant. Hopefully he could get some minutes. But if he's not, then I go McGinn and Kamara in that pivot. And then it's just front four, right? For me, you've got to drop Watkins and Rogers to shake them up, if anything, right? Have them on the bench. But then say to these front four, right, go out there and prove to the fans that you're worthy of doing it. You had a big question mark over me playing Konsa up top. Now, I've had several conversations with people online, and yes, he's more favoured probably, I think it's on the left-hand side or the right, but he does like playing down the middle.
I think it's either that 10 in the middle. When he's saying the middle, though, I think it's more the attacking midfielder role rather than a striker or off the right, yeah.
Well, either way, mate, you could say to Konsa and Marlon, because we know he likes to play narrow, you two just fucking swap when you're ready. Like, you have 10 minutes and swap it over, right? And let Elliott and Sancho, because I will say that out of all of our squad, these two new signings look the most likely. Elliott came on Sunday, lively, great effort that just went past the post. Sancho puts what can only be one of the best crosses in world football on a plate on the 6-yard box, and Ollie Watkins decides, I'm just not going to header it because I'm a fucking idiot, right? And I just can't. I haven't been Watkins' fan for a while, mate, and now he's down tools and he's not doing the basics of running around. Like he can fucking do one. Like it's simply not good enough. So I really hope that we can start with this. The trauma. What's he fucking doing? What is he fucking doing, Ollie? Right, if you ever see this, right, please come and defend that to me. Right, come and right. If you've got an eye, I'd love to get you on the show. Let's have a chat about it, right? And we can talk. You can talk me through what went through your mind there. I'm intrigued to know from a Premier League striker, an England international, what went through your fucking head in that moment, right? Because
not the ball. The ball didn't land on his head, did it? No. What I was going to say is the Rogers and Watkins thing is really, really difficult, isn't it? Like they're just not performing anywhere near themselves. Now,
mate, it's not difficult. If you turned up to work, right, and just sat there all day and didn't do anything, right, you'd be asked to leave. If you just went to work today, right, and sat there looking at the computer, going, well, there's all this to do, right, and I've got to no. And then you've got your manager handing it to you on a plate going, look, I've done this for you. All you've got to do is hit that button, right, and you go, no, I can't do that.
Well, we've already seen how Watkins reacts to being dropped for European games, and we've already seen the kind of like player that Rogers is and how he throws his toys out the pram. If I'm honest, I think if you drop the two of them, especially Rogers, I think it just basically becomes a thing of, I'm just going to wait for my move in Jan. Like, is it? That's how it
make them rot. And if that's what they want, make them rot. Don't play them, because if they're not going to perform on the pitch,
we won't. No.
Look, we all know that Rogers and Watkins are going to play, right? I know that, but this is my hope and my dream that he has a bit of backbone.
If they do, though, you at least want Sancho and Elliott on the wide.
Yes, and that would be it, right. That's the team I put out against Sunderland, mate. So they still had my backing up until that Sunderland game, but the pair of them in that Sunderland game were beyond dreadful, mate. Beyond dreadful. Yeah. So, I'm allowed to be pissed off about it. I don't care what anyone says.
Right. So on to our predictions then for the game. So
you're more than a number in my little black book. You're more than a one-night stand.
Ooh, yeah.
It's the Drifters Jam.
Okay.
Oh, European.
Bolognese.
The
question, will it be a Bolognese or will it be Malaise? I don't know. There's got to be some play on words there somewhere. Right. Oh no, I'm about to hold this up. I literally haven't even put the score on. Hang on. Right.
Not just blank no goals, but literally there's nothing on there.
You go, right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, mate. Yeah. We've got the key here. The key here, regardless, is keep a clean sheet.
Mate, I don't give a fuck about performance. I don't give about anything. Don't concede at Villa Park. Get an own goal, win 1-0.
Whatever we need. It'd be nice to score an actual goal, though, that wasn't gifted to us, right?
Yeah, it would be.
nice.
But at this point, mate, it's all about results. Like, that would be nice, icing on the cake. It'd be nice to score another thunder bastard, right? That a keeper doesn't punch into the top corner. But yeah, like it's all about results now. We've just got to get them. Doesn't matter about performance yet. We just need to get the results, because if we don't get something from these next 2 games at Villa Park, the fixture list is looking tough and confidence is already low. We don't need to be any lower. What I do hope, mate, and I said this on TikTok Live yesterday, and this is for anyone watching, if you go in the game tomorrow, please do not get on the backs of these players. Let's get behind them and make it a fortress like we know it can be on European nights. I'm a bit concerned that there's loads of tickets left. Looked on the website yesterday, there's loads of tickets left. There's no talk of anything being put out, like posters, flags, scarves, or anything like that. Is there going to be a tifo? It's probably going to be a little tiny Villa flag that gets dripped down the, you know.
Do you ever see Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
You know when Stonehenge.
Yeah.
When it comes down, they wanted like a 6-7 foot Stonehenge. It turns out to be a 6-inch.
Yeah. It'll be a flag from last year's game in the Champions League, mate. The Bologna just lowered down. Got that big.
Oh God. Anyway,
so I just hope that I agree with what you said. Disappointment of Alibe is not necessarily going to change anything massively on the pitch, but I do hope that this week has been a chance to bang these players' heads together to sort out any grief that happened between Monchi and the players, because there was lots of speculation that I read online yesterday, and again, it was on Twitter mainly, but I don't believe it, but it kind of made sense in a way. So sometimes you believe that when it runs with your narrative, right, that Monchi was the instigator about asking the players for a pay cut, with Martinez refusing. There was beef there. Then the sale of JJ, JJ wanted 120 grand a week. We said absolutely not.
It's not Monchi's fault, is it?
No, but apparently allegedly, like Monchi was the instigator with his comment, and the firm, no, we can't afford that for PSR. We've offered you new terms. If you're not going to take them, you can go. Okay, I'm going.
You know what gets me with the PSR thing? That's interesting. Maybe I don't think it was PSR, right? Is to try and come in line with squad cost rules.
Yeah.
Now we're over it anyway.
Yeah.
So apparently we're going to get a fine this season again anyway.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, we have to be, because we have to be 70.
Why do we just?
And we're at like 80.
Why do we just fucking pay it? Why do we just?
Well, I don't know, mate. If it's a certain percentage over, is it more than the fine? Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying, if we have to reduce it to a certain point where it's just a fine. Like, mate, all that shit, right? You can let the other content creators talk about that. I want to focus on the football, right? We'll talk about it, obviously, but in terms of details, I haven't gone down the rabbit hole of trying to find out that sort of stuff. It doesn't really interest me that much. What I want to talk about is what's going on the pitch and how we fix that, because that's what we turn up for.
But what we also need to talk about is every week we predict.com. So
every week we predict the scores. We're top. We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league.
Every week we predict that Villa are probably not going to score. So just on here. So if you aren't on here, every week repredict.com. You can sign up for free. I should probably say this at the start of a podcast, mate, because I don't know how many people make it to 40 minutes. But every week repredict.com, you can sign up, come into here. I've set up the Bologna game. You can go in. We're obviously going for a 1-0 Villa win. When's the first goal minute, Gaz?
Mate, we're going early goal, 5th minute.
5th minute, it's the only goal.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long, cold
night. But, mate, the
night.
euphoria, we'll jump on down, then we'll sit there moaning for the rest of the day. It's fine. It's all good.
A long, cold night. That is tomorrow night.
I'm bringing my heated socks out, mate. I'm telling you. They're on charge.
Right. Charge. Brilliant. Well, fantastic. There we go. So we have got our predictions. We've got a predicted lineup. We've gone over the Bologna game. We will be back tomorrow. Have you spoke to Pete?
not spoke to him. I sent him a message. He hasn't replied, so I don't know how great that is. But I'll speak to him today. Don't worry.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be at yours anyway. So, I'll be coming around. So we will hopefully be doing a live tomorrow before the game on the way to the game. So that will be about.
What time's kick off tomorrow? 8.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Yeah. So we'll be on.
6. We'll leave at 6. 2
Yeah,
hours.
around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock we'll be live on YouTube, and then we might do like a halftime or something as well if we can get signal. Otherwise,
we'll get signal. We should be able to sound all right. We've got the new mics, so we'll bring them in.
Got the new mics, so we'll give them a run, see how we get on. And then we obviously will be back on Friday for the preview. Well, for a double mashup, right? It'll be
review,
reaction, preview. This is what happens, guys. Once we start getting into these European, it's like we're basically podding every day.
Yeah. I love it, mate. Every day. It's
every day we
follow. Mate, Christmas is coming on buzzing. The decorations are coming out like until we win a Premier League game. So this could be very festive.
You're just gonna be there like a grotto.
Yeah,
you basically dressed up
slowly
like
going to turn into Santa. Like the belly will come out here, the beard will come down here. I'll be in a full Christmas Santa suit. So yeah,
wonderful. Anyway, that's it really. Gaz, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts is, mate, I'm hoping that our season kickstarts tomorrow. I hope that we win the game and we can go into Sunday with a little bit of confidence. I'm not really fussed about the performance on a whole, as long as we win. If we don't, obviously, then we'll pick it apart and we'll see what happens. I hope he drops Watkins and Rogers, or at least one of them, to play some. Maybe keep Watkins, but drop Rogers because they're both terrible. And I really feel like they've down tools, and particularly Rogers doesn't want to be at the club. He looks like if you look at this, is just maybe it's a coincidence, but he went away on international duty and put in that performance against Serbia, and comes back to us and he's playing walking football. I don't think that is a coincidence. I think he wants out, mate. I think there could have even been an offer for him in the summer, which we've absolutely declined and gone. Emery's gone, no, you're my main man. There's no way you go in, and he's gone, well, I want to go. And we'll see what happens in January, and then that'll all come out. But until then, at the very least, if he's got anything about him, he'll put in the performance until January to put himself in the shop window to get his move, rather than fucking walking around a football field.
Lost about 30-40% of that value with the start.
Well, you'd say he's the 80 million minimum, but at the start of the season, I was quoting, look, anything less than 120 million, he ain't going because he's that good. But now I wouldn't pay 120p for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's
God. Anyway, right, you want to sing us out, mate?
Yes, mate. So, as always, boys, girls, non-binary people, whoever you are out there, every week we follow the boys in claret and blue.
See ya.